I hope your day is full of candy corn and witches and brews and cauldrons and Draculas and mummies and I don't know, Jason masks. I hope that it's not full of spirit Halloween stories because those are too much for anyone. It's like a sad picked over place where people who lose their dreams go to find a one size fits all costume. But hey, if it's all you got this year, you go with it. You know what I mean? I hope your day is full of all of the good things. It's another episode of Shenk. It's Wednesday. I'm here live for my people, for my Shankstas. I was going to have a guest on this episode of Shenk, but I've been so fucking busy. I haven't even had a chance to book a guest on this. But next week I do have a guest lined up and it's going to be a great episode. So because of that, let's do a solo episode. Let's look down at your feet right now first though. Are you wearing socks? If you're not wearing socks, ask yourself why. Socks are an essential accessory. They protect your most valuable assets, your toes. For all the feet guys out there, give your lover a pair of socks. You know what I mean? Maybe she's tired of you sexualizing her feet. You should earn those feet, and you should protect those feet by buying your real girl a pair of socks. Head over to ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's, HYEAH.com. Discount code SARA10, SARA10 for 10% off unique sock designs. Guys, whether you're into aliens or Bob Ross or Mr. Rogers, there's a pair of socks for you. Whether you're into the Brady Bunch or, I don't know, aliens, shrimp. They have every type of sock you can imagine. I don't know if they have shrimp. I got excited. Don't mark my words that they for sure have shrimp, but they have every type of sock. So I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere online there is a shrimp sock. Yeah, go check it out. That's ohyeah.com. That's 3 O's, HYEAH.com. Discount code SARA10. Okay, if you're in Los Angeles, my little Shankstas, I'm going to be at Flappers this Sunday with Jeff Garlin. That's right, I will be at Flappers opening for Jeff Garlin. So if you're a Curb fan, come out. If you haven't seen me do a longer set, come out. I'm going to be doing 20 minutes in Los Angeles, opening for Jeff Garlin this Sunday. Come out, guys. Support live comedy. I love meeting you in person. And also I will be coming to the great Austin, Texas in January with Kimberly Congdon. We're going to be there January 7th, 2023. Wow, 2023. That's a head fuck. We're going to be there January 7th, 2023 at Vulcan Gas Co. We are doing a live This Bitch podcast. And then in addition to that, we are going to be doing a co-headlining stand-up show same night at Vulcan Gas Co. in Austin, Texas, baby. Look out for us. We're also going to be doing Kill Tony on the 9th. So if you're in Texas, save those dates. Look out for your girls. I'm also coming back to New York. I don't know. I'm only there for 5 days, but I think I'm going to be doing some spots at the Stand. So check in here and on my Instagram at Princess Shenk for those dates as well. And let's get into this week's episode of Shenk. Let's just fucking do it. It's time. Hope your Wednesday's full of all the good things. Let's dive right in, my little Shankstas. Okay, so let's start with the most obvious thing. I mean, this Kanye controversy. Here's the deal. I'm pissed. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm pissed. As a little Jewish princess, I'm pissed. But also more than that, I'm like, this was a comfy sweatshirt. Fuck you, Kanye, for ruining Yeezy for me. Do you know what I mean? It was one of my most comfortable sweatshirts. Sure, it was oversized and it made me look like a potato, but that was part of the fashion. I threw it out. I had to throw away 2 Yeezy hoodies and mommy's not happy about it. Kanye's been ruining Yeezys for the Jews. It's like, how stupid do you have to be to ruin your own product for a group of people? Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, yeah, already I'm like, I look schlumpy as hell in your hoodie, but it's comfy, so I'm supporting the cause. Then you gotta bash my people. That's it. I had to throw out the potato hoodie. Okay? Cut your girl out here wearing something different this season and not Adidas. Catch your girl in a vintage hoodie. I'm in a vintage hoodie. It's not as warm or comfy as my Yeezy, but I stand with the Jews, okay? Enough's enough. Let's talk about some other things. I don't know who needs to hear this, but just eat the fucking cookie, okay? Life is short. Unless you have really high glucose, then I don't recommend eating the cookie. I don't want to be the cause for your diabetic issues, your glucose spikes. I don't want to be the cause of that. But if you're just a normal, healthy person living in LA, most likely, because bitches in LA, we don't eat the cookie, okay? We're walking around counting our calories, and sometimes after a long day, you just need to have a cookie. And it's all about balance, right? So if you're just a regular dude, I think you already probably just eat the cookie. Because most guys I know, they just get to eat whatever they want, and it doesn't matter because society still loves them one way or another. But as a woman, you're like, ugh, I want an Oreo. I shouldn't have an Oreo. There's all this shame that comes with having the Oreo. But then I'm also just like, dude, life's short. Sometimes you just gotta fucking eat the Oreo. Some days you just gotta say, you know what? I earned this cookie. I'm a queen, and I deserve to have some fucking explosion in my mouth while I'm here on this earth for a short period of time. Life's too short to not just shut up and eat the cookie sometimes. You know what I mean? Guys, you're hearing this all on Shenk. Yeah, there's cookie riffs. Wasn't planning on doing that. This is just, the solo podcast, they get interesting. I cover a lot of ground. I talked about Yeezys. I'm talking about eating cookies. We're on this planet for a short time. So as long as you're not abusing sugar, sometimes you just gotta just treat yourself and say, fuck it. Like when I took an Uber to the wrong location, I was feeling bad, so I got myself a gluten-free piece of cake, okay? And some days you just need that piece of cake. But then you recover, you go back, you work out, you make up for it. You know what I mean? It's all about that lifestyle balance is what I say. I don't know. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not like a wellness guru, but some days you just got to shut up and eat the cookie. You heard it here, guys, on Shenk. Let's see what other things I have. Okay, candy corn. Candy corn is one of the most controversial subjects of all time right now. I think there's a world divided about candy corn. You're either like heavily into candy corn or you can't stand candy corn. But I'm here to represent the gray candy corners. I am not going to seek candy corn out, but if it were to present itself in my experience, I wouldn't turn it down, but I only would have a handful. Anyone who's eating more than a handful of candy corn, something traumatic happened to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would you want too much of that flavor? It's a flavor that I will have in trace amounts. It's not a flavor that I'm not going to go buy a huge bag of candy corn because I'm not a complete and absolute savage. But if one of my girls came up to me and said, hey, Shenk, here's some candy corn, I'd say, hell yeah, fuck yeah, thanks for the corn, baby. And I'd pop a few corns and I'd go out about my day. But again, if I don't have candy corn this Halloween season, I will be fine. Okay, there's a lot of different Halloween candies I'm fine not getting involved with, like those weird fruity Tootsie Rolls. What the fuck are those about? They're like, okay, if you're going to give a Tootsie Roll, I don't know how the fuck you say it. Either of them. If you're giving out one of those, you got to give the classic. You can't be poisoning kids with the fruit ones. Those are the most low budget things of all time. The only thing worse than those are Necco wafers. Have you seen these? Necco wafers are literally from the 1800s. They're the oldest snacks. The only snack older than a Necco wafer is a circus peanut. If you give someone a circus peanut on Halloween, you shouldn't be allowed to participate in Halloween. You're doing them a disservice. Circus peanuts are just like, what? Imagine buying a bag of circus peanuts. Imagine someone giving you a loose circus peanut on Halloween. Wasn't planning on getting so deep into circus peanuts. It's a Halloween riff, you guys. We're covering a lot of different things on this episode of Shenk. The more you say circus peanuts, I'll be honest, the easier it seems like to fuck up and say circus penis. It's like right there. I don't know if that's just some weird response I'm having because there's something wrong with me. Like, is that like I can't think of the psychologist, but like the one that like sexualizes Freud. Is that like a Freudian response? Circus penis, circus peanut. Circus penis sounds scary. It sounds like a penis that's seen a lot. It sounds like a little too wacky of a penis for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want a circus penis. And I don't want a circus peanut. No circus peanuts and no circus penis here on Shenk. Okay, this is for the girls. Have you ever started losing brain cells because you've been so dickmatized? It's a problem. If you're a woman out there, once you fuck them and it's good, you start losing your ability to make rational sense. You're like, maybe I will move across the country. It's fine. We can make this work. Sure, we have completely different interests, but it's fine. We can make this work. It's fucked up how once the dick is so good, you start giving away like your own shit. Like you start rethinking your entire life. Good dick will have a bitch tripping, honey. You know what I mean? I wasn't planning on getting into good dick, but so I think it's a surface announcement. Like if you already like a guy, be careful, because once you get that dick and it's good, it's over, baby. Unless they have bad dick. You having bad dick is also jarring as fuck, because you're like, ooh, I thought this was going to go somewhere, but the dick's not good. You know what I mean? I'm not shitting on guys with smaller dicks or whatever, but sometimes there's no sexual chemistry with people, and that's bad. But sometimes the opposite, you're like, oh, this is crazy. This is fucking your girl up. Wasn't planning on talking about getting dickmatized. Should I get back to circus peanuts? Did you guys like that more? Dicks and circus penis? All right. What else? What other candies do you... Okay, dots. What the fuck? If you're giving out dots during Halloween, something bad happened to you too. What the hell? You better be like 92 if you're giving out dots as a Halloween treat. I don't even think someone who's 92 would give dots out as a Halloween treat, because they'd be like, life's too short. Let's go with something that packs more of a punch. I don't know how many 92-year-olds are participating in Halloween, but, you know, dots are ancient. Dots, circus peanuts, and those weird Tootsie Roll fruit edition, those can all fuck right the fuck off. And Necco wafers. You seen these? Necco wafers, I don't know what's going on with them. They have not, again, I think I already touched on this, but they have not been updated since the 1800s. I don't even know what their flavor is, or if they even have a flavor. It feels like it's the first candy that was ever fucking invented. What was the first candy that was ever invented? This is where if I had a Jamie or like a staff, I could just have them look it up and be like, this is the first candy that was ever invented. But that's not happening, so we're just going to keep going with it, okay? Pez. I love Pez, but Pez, I don't think you give Pez out on Halloween unless you're rich. Because if I was a kid and someone gave me a full dispenser of Pez, that's like better than a king-size candy bar for your girl. Pez are weird, though. It's like, the head of the dispenser comes off. You have to decapitate. Yeah, you have to decapitate your favorite character for a little sugar treat. That seems fucked up. You know what I mean? You're like I don't want to bend backwards Miss Piggy's head just so I could taste a little bit of grape. But it works. There's something about it. It's gimmicky. It's cute. It makes you feel like you won something. I could see myself. I'm not a collector, thank God, because that could be a problem. But if I had the space, I could see myself having a few of my favorite Pez dispenser candies. I'm not proud of it. It's not something I'm proud of. But if it brings you joy, which couple Pez dispensers here and there might bring me some joy. Just the cool ones though. Like if I saw like a Flintstones Pez dispenser, that's like a classic, I'd fuck with that heavily. Yeah, I don't know what I'm dressing up this year as for Halloween. Like, I gotta be honest, this is the first year where I'm like, I haven't even thought about it, which is crazy because your girl up until this point has loved an opportunity to dress as a slutty little something. But I'm also like 35. What am I gonna do? Dress up as a slutty Grim Reaper? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if I get around to it. If I have the energy and the strength to find a Halloween costume this year. I don't know. Last year I was an elf and I took it too far. I was wearing elf ears around the house for weeks after. I liked the way I looked in the elf ears. It was so fun for me. I haven't had enough time to decide whether or not I will be going as an elf this year or what I will be doing in terms of a Halloween costume. But stay tuned because if I dress up, I'm sure I'll be able to tell you about it and we'll be able to talk about it. But until then, right now, my creative juice is spent on this podcast and on this bitch and on comedy. So a girl's been busy, guys. What else was I going to tell you? I don't know. Let me get back to the list. Timeshare. Here we go. Timeshare. Yeah, I signed up for a timeshare. It wasn't the best decision I've ever made. I wasn't planning on signing up for a timeshare. One thing led to another. I was at the Golden Nugget in Vegas after a very long weekend at Skank Fest. A man came up to me and said, "Hey, can I interest you in a luxury vacation?" And I said, "Yes, I would love a luxury vacation." And he goes, 3 nights, 4 days, $199. And I said, "Listen, now you're speaking my language, sir." He didn't use the trigger words. He didn't say the word timeshare. He called it a VIP luxury vacation. Okay? And this is after Skankfest and New York, so your girl's feet are hurting. I'm tired. I've been running around nonstop. I'm talking 7 to 10 miles a day these feet did. Okay? Running through the city, doing podcasts, doing shows, was home for like 24 hours, had to do work in those 24 hours, pack, and then go to Vegas for 4 days. Then came back, had a bunch of shows this week, doing a bunch of podcasts. My schedule was fucking crazy. So what I'm saying is when someone offered me a timeshare, I mean, they didn't present it as a timeshare, but when someone offered me a vacation, I said, "Hey, that sounds kind of nice. My feet hurt. I like to kick up for $200. For $199, sign me up, sweetie. 3 nights, 4 days, your girl's going." And then a couple days later, I said, maybe I should review what I signed, you know? When I was tired leaving Skankfest, waiting for my order, I was waiting for a Starbucks order, and in the time that it took while I was waiting waiting for my Starbucks order, the guy who was selling timeshares approached me and he said, "Are you interested in a luxury VIP vacation?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "All right, great. 3 nights, 4 days. So catch your girl going to Sedona, baby." Woo! Yes, I'm sure it's a scam. I can already tell that getting out of this timeshare is going to be harder than getting out of a marriage based on talking to other people. And so stay tuned about that. I'm going to Arizona and I have to sit through a 120-minute presentation, but they are giving me a $150 gift card. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be the worst decision or the best decision I've ever made. I feel like timeshares are a weird relic from the 90s. So just stay tuned. Catch your girl on vacation. If I do go on vacation, maybe I'll make 1 day of content. But besides that, I need the vacation. So I'm not that mad. I'm more mad that I have to sit through the 120-minute fucking presentation where they're going to try to pitch me like condos to buy and split with other people who are poor. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to split a vacation with this fucking stranger, and I don't want to have to be committed to paying for these weird condos through a timeshare. I don't even know how timeshares work. Can you tell? Stay tuned. You'll find out. That's for sure. Keep coming back to Shenk, you guys. I feel like I'm a pretty smart woman, and then the fact I signed up for a timeshare, it's like, well, after the 120-minute presentation, it's like, you know what? Maybe I'd rather just pay full price for the timeshare, you know? maybe I'd rather pay full price for the vacation than have to sit through a 120-minute presentation. I mean, the $150 Visa gift card did get me. You know, shit's bad when the $150 Visa gift card does excite you. I'm like, I could buy some shit from Forever 21 with that $150 from the timeshare presentation. I don't know what's going to happen at the timeshare presentation. I'm just going to go in there and say, no, I'm not interested in buying that. No, I don't care about vacationing in Aspen in the winter. I can't financially afford it. I'm just here for the 3 nights, 4 days, honey. Get me in, get me out. I just came here to hike and sleep. You know what I mean? All right. Well, that's this week's episode of Shenk. It's a short one. Your girl's tired. I just wanted to check in with my Shanksters, let them know that I was thinking of them. Also let you guys know that I will be at Flappers this Sunday, and I'm probably going to have more dates in LA between now and November 15th. I know I already do. I just don't know them off the top of my head. So please make sure to check out at Princess Shenk on Instagram and Twitter as well. And then, yeah, for show dates, that's where I post everything. And then also my podcast, This Bitch with Kim Congdon, that comes out every Monday. And then you can always find me here on Wednesday on Shenk. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for continuing to support the pod and for tuning in every week and telling your friends about the podcast. It means a lot to me, and I love meeting all you guys. I'm so happy when you guys come out to shows and I get to see that people are listening to the podcast. It feels really nice. So thank you. And if you're enjoying the podcast, leave a review. It just takes 1 second. That's how people find out about the show. Yeah, leave a review on Apple, leave a review on iTunes. Also subscribe to my Patreon if you're looking for bonus Shenk. If you subscribe to the Patreon, there's lots of different perks. You get behind the scenes footage, you get a thirst trap that I won't post on Instagram. You'll get a lot of times I do a live stream that's just for the Shankstas. And it's only $5 a month, and it's ad-free bonus content. So you can head over to patreon.com/Sara Weinshenk if you're looking for more of me there. Otherwise, at Princess Shenk on Twitter, at Princess Shenk on Instagram, and then This Bitch on Mondays with Kimberly Congdon. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Have a happy Halloween. Be safe. Bye.